So this is the home of the orcs and the trolls, primarily. They've always lived in Dorotar. That's the main. So this is one of the areas that you start off in. This is all of Dorotar. This is essentially where the Horde live. It is a very dusky, very bad place. Well, not bad, but just very very hot and sweaty. Well, deserted or desert. Yeah. So we're currently trying to drive on in a motorbike style thing, which probably doesn't work very well in the skirt. But yeah, so this is a zone of 0 to 1. 0 to 10 to begin with. But it has actually changed in recent years due to the level squish of World of Warcraft. And I believe that since Cataclysm, a lot has changed. For those of you who don't know, Cataclysm was a revamp of World of Warcraft. In relation to flavour and text, a great big dragon came in and destroyed everything. Yeah, it's a very deserty type place. Boars and scorpions mostly. A couple of snakes. Nothing too bad. First town or area you'll probably find is this place, which is called Razor Hill. Little town. You've got an inn where you can sleep. I think there's a pub. I might be wrong. Certainly a guild hall. You've then got, if you continue down this road here, you'll then hit the big major city called Orgrimmar. Again, home to the orcs and trolls. The biggest and probably the subjectively probably the best place that everybody likes to go. There are other Horde cities, but this one tends to be the sort of like the main area. The orcs and Horde did try and capitalize on it, but due to the Cataclysm, it kind of went downhill. So this is Orgrimmar, one of the biggest cities in the game. Currently, we've got an event called Lovers in the Airs for Valentine's Day, hence the attire. There is some other stuff, which is I will probably be having a look at that at some point. It's pretty much a big stronghold. There's not a lot that you can do in Orgrimmar or within Dorotar that the orcs, certainly the head-ups of the Horde, don't really know about. The Horde, I believe, have had, since its conception, probably about 5 or 6 different leaders. So we're going to try and head up to Northern Barrens, over to Mulgore, where we will find Tauren, which is another starting zone, along with some other amazing bits, and it's quite a contrast to see. The Horde branched out to what is now known as the Northern and Southern Barrens, which is probably the biggest area or was the biggest area in World of Warcraft's history. It took both of these areas as one. You've got things like hyenas to giraffes to little kodos, which are essentially like dinosaur-y style creatures. So this is Ashenvale, home to the mighty Allegiance people, Knights Elves, I think, or certainly was at the time. They moved to Eastern Kingdoms from Kalimdor before the Cataclysm, because I think they were overrun by the goblins from the Horde, because the goblins wanted to basically take. The Horde seemed to be very much a case of we want, we take, and they do. They put in a company from goblins that basically tore down loads of trees and everything else. So the Night Elves just went, you know what, stuff it, and left. And they did in droves. And now we've got this amazing little green area in a very dusky harsh environment. Oh, before I continue, we do need to be kind of careful because there are mines in the floor. This is what the orcs do. This was also a luscious area. Unfortunately, it is now been destroyed by the Cromgar. It's what I imagine World of Warcraft in an apocalyptic area. You've got a couple of people, so you've got like the Night Watchers and Forces, which are, I believe, Alliance or Alliance-esque jurisdiction. But even they are struggling to keep here. They, in comparison to the Horde, they've got about 10 tents, individual tents, and they've just never been able to get a foothold. The Horde in this area are just way too strong, absolutely ridiculously strong, and they just can't catch up. Just can't catch up. But anyway, we're now heading back over to the Tauren Southern Plains, I believe, and then heading over to Southern Barrens, and then we'll be heading over to Morgul. This area is, although we're still in Stone Talon Mountains, it's a little bit greener. It's almost like the Tauren have kind of seen the orcs, and then kind of gone, you know what, stuff it, we're not going to let you destroy this world. You'll see little pockets of resistance here and there, but nothing. I mean, in of themselves, I don't think that they could actually do any damage to the Horde. But having said that, if they all banded together, which is never going to happen, they may be able to do a dent. But there's just too much ill feelings. So this is currently Southern Barrens. Since the Cataclysm, due to the facts of the Cataclysm and everything else, we've now been able to other things have kind of grown through. So we've got zombie plants, we've got a little bit of nuclear waste style water, overgrown plants, just a lot of stuff that you would not normally see. Yeah, this was the place that I was telling you about, that was a big location. So this was, you come out of Morgul from up here over to this area, and even this has now been decimated by the Cataclysm. So much so that Morgul, the Tauren themselves, have had to. This used to be an open area. That, on in and of itself, is sort of. It just stops. You know, it's literally just where the character is. It stops. And yeah, it's just the most amazing, incredible, beautiful, naturistic area in the entire World of Warcraft, I think. I mean, to put it in perspective, the Tauren are naturists by nature. They commune with the earth. Their character itself, if you ever create a Tauren, will have a automatic buff of herbalism applied, so it will increase the herbalism by 5, and the amount of herbs that you gather from each individual plant will be higher. So that they are very much, they care more about the earth than any other creature, and I believe that the only reason why they actually joined the Horde was because the Horde basically said, join us or die. So they were just sort of like, well, yeah, okay. So yeah, but I mean, the Tauren are essentially, they're just walking cows, but they are amazing, absolutely incredible. In the distance, you can kind of see Thunderbluff. It's that thing that's on the hill. I truly believe that the reason why Thunderbluff actually survived most things in the world is because of that fact. They just can't. Nothing can get through. There is nothing. within World of Warcraft that I believe can actually do the damage to it. Because it's on a hill and it's so fortified from about 20 different angles, nothing can get through.